Hello, Brighteon.tv fans. This is Dr. Artist and the Dr. Artist Show. Hope you're having a great week. I'm very excited for this presentation we're going to do today. Big news in the news this week. Obviously, April 10th, 2023, Joe Biden has now written and signed a document stating that the national emergency of COVID-19 is over officially. Thank God. Tired of listening and talking about COVID. And it's time to move past COVID anyway. This is actually earlier than what was anticipated. They expected to actually do this on May 11th, but they took action now because Congress actually passed that this should end, and Joe Biden finally agreed. So that is exciting. So that's done. Thank God. All right, so we're going to move on and educate people now beyond COVID, and we're going to start today with a presentation on this entire show is about how to beat gout and how gout is actually correlated to kidney disease and liver issues in the food you eat. And then I'm going to teach you how to beat it. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Dr. Artist Show. I'm your host, Dr. Brian Artist. I'm excited for these next two 22-minute segments. The first sponsor for this actual segment is the NorthTexasHealingCenter.com. If you are struggling with symptoms or a disease process and you just believe you can live a symptom-free life and a drug-free life, please contact the North Texas Healing Center today at NorthTexasHealingCenter.com and let them help you find a path to healing. Our second sponsor is MyPillow.com. Use the promo code DOCTOR. They have some new flip-flops they're offering, foam-based flip-flops, new pillows, mattress toppers, you name it. Go there, use the promo code DOCTOR, and you can actually save up to 66% off on all kinds of things they're offering right now. So when you're thinking about your home and items in your home, please support Mike Lindell and MyPillow and the Dr. Artist Show by using the promo code at checkout, DOCTOR. And then Brighteon.tv fans, you know, BrighteonStore.com and Mike Adams' platform. Anything you need there as far as anything you can't find at MyPillow.com or the DrArtistShow.com, go there and use the promo code DOCTORS. You'll save 5% off anything immediately that you're purchasing at BrighteonStore.com. And then GraithCare.com, use the promo code ARDIS, ARDIS, for a discount. If you need advocacy help for a loved one in a hospital, or you need help with just improving your overall health and having someone coach you through how to live a drug-free life as much as possible, to review your medical history, educate you and coach you through diet, and help you reclaim your health. And if you want my input on a case, you can actually choose the AAA option. And there, I actually will spend some time reviewing your medical information the advocates at GraithCare will get and take from you and collect. And then I will do a video consult for you and tell you where I would start to start the process of healing. All right. In this presentation for the next several minutes, about 40 minutes or so, I'm going to take you through a presentation we built out explaining how and what gout is, how it's implicated in kidney disease actually, and how it can lead to worsening kidney disease. And then what are the lies in the media about gout and in the pharmaceutical and medical industry about gout? Just so you know, I used to suffer with gout for 10 years. So I know what it's like to live with gout and suffer through the pain in your joints caused by gout. There are a lot of drugs that are being prescribed for the 8 million Americans struggling with gout right now, 6 million men, 2 million women. But I want you to know, you don't need any drugs to beat gout. I'm going to teach you exactly what causes gout and how I reversed my own and what you can do at home to beat it yourself. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. It's the first time I've done this through Zoom. I'm going to show a keynote presentation, which is Apple's IMAX version of like Microsoft's PowerPoint. So let's just hope this all works out very well. I prefer that platform anyway. So here we go. Let's share the screen and we're going to present away. Let's hide this little floating menu. All right, here we go. Gout, what it is and how to beat it. 8.3 million Americans are suffering with this thing. Let's help you beat it. Gout is a type of inflammatory arthritis, so joint pain, according to the National Kidney Foundation, that affects 8.3 million adults, 6.1 million men, 2.2 million women, and that represents almost 4% of the entire United States adult population. So when I say I know there's a lot of people dealing with this around the country and around the world, I know they are because I've had it and it was awful. And I haven't had any symptoms whatsoever for 20 years. And I totally handled it with diet and with supplementation. So I'm going to teach you how we do it and what you do. Gout is caused by hyperuricemia, which is uric acid. Hyper or excess uric acid, called hyperuricemia, is a condition where there's too much uric acid in your body. I'm going to show you a diagram here in a minute, how the body makes uric acid and why someone would make too much of it. When your body breaks down purines, which are found in food, it makes uric acid. Purines are present in your body and found in the food you eat. Too much uric acid in your body can result in the formation of uric acid crystals called monosodium urate, which can build up in your joints and cause discomfort. Uric acid homeostasis. All right, now this is just a diagram I wanted to share with you that I found online that makes it very simple to show you how it is the body makes the symptoms of gout through uric acid production. You'll see at the top left of the diagram, it says purines consumed in the diet. You'll see a little, weird drawing, elementary drawing of a human swallowing food. And purines are found high in amounts in a lot of foods, not just the three in parentheses. They have listed here meat, organ meat, and alcoholic beverages. When you eat these foods that are high in purines, your body's liver is going to break them down and form what is called a uric acid. Uric acid you see in red in the middle, it says a uric acid pool. A whole bunch of uric acid is then dumped out of the liver into your intestines and into your kidneys. And as you see, the uric acid is then either eliminated through your intestines. A third of all the uric acid you make is going to be pooped out of your intestines. 2/3 of all the uric acid your liver is going to make from the food you eat is eliminated through your kidneys. So if there's kidney disease issues, your kidneys cannot filter the uric acid. It'll get built up in your kidneys and create more and more problems. So this is the correlation between April 2023, this month being Kidney Awareness Month, and gout. I figured if there's 8 million Americans struggling with this, I might as well teach you how not to, right? All right. So you will see also on here next to the drawing of the kidney, you'll see an X, and they actually list several different commonly brand name drugs and the generic names of drugs used to reduce how much uric acid is reabsorbed into the body through the kidneys. On the bottom left, you'll see in the box, you'll see purine metabolites that your liver makes from the food you eat. And then an enzyme called xanthine oxidase in blue is what converts those purines into what is called uric acid. And then there's an enzyme called uricase, not found in humans, that is in a drug called Krystexxa that they use to help break down uric acid. So you'll see there's a list here in brown of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different drugs used right now for gout that none of you need. And we're going to take you through what the dangers are of those drugs and why you shouldn't use them anyway. All right. What are the symptoms of gout? Signs and symptoms of gout almost always occur very suddenly and often at night. And I'll explain why here in just a minute. They include intense joint pain. Gout usually affects the big toe, but it can occur in any joint. Other commonly affected joints include the ankles, knees, elbows, wrists, and fingers. The pain is likely to be most severe within the first 4 to 12 hours after the pain starts. Lingering discomfort, which is what I hated. I would always have this severe pain like on a Monday, and it would last all the way through Friday. It hurt my feet to run in basketball and play in high school and college, you name it. Lingering discomfort after the most severe pain subsides. Some joint discomfort may last a few days to a few weeks. Mine always lasted about a week. Later attacks are likely to last longer and affect more joints. Inflammation and redness. The affected joint or joints become swollen, tender, warm, and red, and it is awful. Limited range of motion. As gout progresses, you may not be able to move your joints normally. Here's a picture of what the area of the big toe typically is affected as the first most common sign that you have gout. Is usually your big toe is going to start screaming with pain. And you will see the little diagram of the big toe joint with this purple circle with a drawing of uric acid crystals. It's not really what it looks like, but it's a good visual. The gout flare occurs, as it reads on the diagram, occurs over several hours and involves severe pain, swelling, redness, and warmth. And then potentially affected joints are your wrist, fingers, knee, ankles, and toes. As you see the red swollen joints there. It can happen in any joint in your entire body. I was going to explain this though, why it usually occurs suddenly and often at night. Your liver detoxes at night between the hours of 1 and 3 a.m., which is typically when the liver will dump the majority of the uric acid into your intestines. I just wanted to explain that. All right, so lies in the media about gout. This is actually on the same day Joe Biden signed a document stating the emergency of the pandemic of COVID is over. April 10th, 2023, you can see it. This is just an example. I found this online. I just wanted to share it. In the Irish News newspaper, online journal, April 10th of this year, the same month we're in right now. The title of the article is Gout is on the Rise. So why do so few patients get treatment they need? And then it states in the blue highlighted subtitle of the article online, cases of gout are on the rise, but the condition is misunderstood and few patients get the treatment they need. This is one of the reasons why I am going to now help you understand this condition so you can share this presentation with other people, because supposedly mainstream media is letting us know nobody even really understands this condition. Well, I understand this condition and I know how to beat it. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. Why they haven't figured it out, I don't know. But here we go. Let's look at the first line in this article, and you'll see it highlighted in red here. This person in his 20s is diagnosed with gout in Ireland. This is what he said this month. I thought gout was all about too much good living in older people, not men in their 20s, admits Harry, who lives in London. Next slide. Okay, so first slide is, this does not just happen in old people. It happened to me in my teenage years and in my 20s. And this is very commonly known. This isn't new. And then new figures suggest the so-called disease of kings is on the rise. Now, why do they call it disease of kings? Because they believe these rich foods that only rich people could afford, kings, would cause symptoms of joint pain because the peasants couldn't get access to those kind of foods. We're going to go through all those foods here a little bit later. So the so-called disease of kings is on the rise, with the hospital admissions for gout surging. It is thought this increase is largely a result of lack of exercise and poor diet during successive lockdowns. That's a flat out lie. Gout is not caused by a lack of exercise. It is, however, poor diet, but not because of successive lockdowns. That's ridiculous. People have had gout, even me, way before the pandemic, and had nothing to do with lockdowns. So do not believe this has anything to do with the lockdowns. It doesn't. The number of cases has risen by 20% in 3 years. All right, so the entire period of the pandemic, number of cases just in Ireland alone have increased and skyrocketed by 20%, with 234,000 patients admitted to hospitals with gout in 2021 to 2022, according to figures last month by the National Health Services. About 1.5 million people in the UK are affected by this agonizing condition, according to the charity Arthritis UK. Yet experts say that while lifestyle can trigger flare-ups, this is another lie, by the way, genetics play a more significant role in who develops gout in the first place. Harry's father also had gout, for instance. This is not a genetic issue. In fact, if you want to know why Harry has the same gout his dad does, I guarantee you his dad had the same diet and passed that same diet and the habitual action of eating the same foods to his son, who he raised in his home. Guarantee you they all ate the same foods and now have the same symptoms. Unrelated to genetics. All right. I had gout. Nobody in my entire family's ever had gout. I'll teach you how and why. Below there, you'll see the link to the actual article. This presentation will be on our website, by the way, and you can actually download it and actually share it later. And it is feared that outdated perception of gout as both self-inflicted, which it is, and transient are preventing thousands of people from receiving medication to prevent attacks. You do not need drugs to beat gout. Just so you know, that's another lie the media is telling you still to this day, that you need drugs to beat it. All right. So gout and kidney disease. There's several things that increase your risk of having gout. Kidney disease is one of the leading causes of gout. Why? Because if you have kidney disease, which means you're probably on a pharmaceutical drug that actually injures your kidneys, it's going to reduce the ability of the kidneys to actually secrete and break down uric acid and turn it into urine for you to pee it out. So yes, if you have kidney issues, that increases your risk. Kidney disease can lead to gout, and gout may lead to kidney disease, as I was just describing. When you have gout, you have too much uric acid in your blood. As your blood is filtered through your kidneys, uric acid can build up and form urate crystals. As the crystals pass through your kidneys, they can cause damage and scarring. This kidney damage is thought to lead to kidney disease and failure over time, especially if your gout is left untreated. Well, we're not going to treat it. We're just going to get rid of it. All right. Now, they keep telling you in the media you need drugs for everything to beat everything and a vaccine. You do not. So this is what I'm about to do for the next bit of this presentation for this 22-minute segment. We're going to spend the next 8 minutes, and I'm going to go over common treatments and pharmaceutical drugs that are being prescribed around the world for gout. Okay? And you and your loved ones are probably on these. Allopurinol, otherwise known as Zyloric or Zyloprim. You can see a picture of them to your right. All right, we're going to go through the toxic side effects of these drugs, and I want to highlight the first one. Everyone look at allopurinol. Look at the very first side effect they list actually on drugs.com. An increase in gout attacks when you first start taking allopurinol orally. Oh, really? Okay, great. That sounds great. Who doesn't want more gout pain? Okay. Any skin rash, no matter how mild, can occur as a toxic side effect. Painful urination or blood in the urine. Okay, that tells you there's horrific tearing, hemorrhaging, bleeding of the inside of your kidneys. I'm not sure that's helpful when it comes to gout problems. Little or no urination, that's even worse. Now you're not peeing out the uric acid, and where is it going to go? It's going to go down to your feet and into all your joints. Easy bruising and unusual bleeding, not good either. That means you're bleeding internally. So these are side effects to the capillaries in your body that are actually becoming more fragile and will rupture